movement because they represent zero threat whatsoever to the Republican Party. They're completely and utterly ineffective. And the only way to damage their side. Hassan's like desperate attempt to like cast his lot with me while
simultaneously trying to pretend that he's like a huge target for these guys. I remember saying that.
It's total chaos. Why does this matter? Well, because it's not just drama. It's the Democratic coalition. Once again, it's more proof of what I've been saying forever. The tent that they've cast is fundamentally dysfunctional and incompatible. You've got the corporate legacy liberal types who just want to manage the continued decline of America politely, preserve their institutions.
But that is the most commonly regurgitated line when it comes to sovereign citizens.
Alright, being poor sucks. I wouldn't recommend being poor. I've been poor for most of my life. I've been living on my own since I was 17 years old. When I was 17, I lived with my roommate in a duplex. Now that right there should give you an idea of how much money we had. We couldn't even rent a whole house. We rented half a house. Our landlord's like, you guys get the top part, this random stranger gets the bottom part, you guys share a basement and make awkward conversation from time to time. You got it? Alright, cool. And let me say, our asses were broke living in that duplex. I was so broke, if I found a nickel on the ground, I wouldn't just put it in my pocket. I'd bust out my wallet and put that baby in there nice and secure. You're not going anywhere. I could buy half a Tootsie Roll with you, and there's nothing quite like being hungry and having no money. We'd just be sitting there sometimes. Well, we have no money until we get paid on Friday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Ah, well, looks like we're fucked. Well, we had a good run. I guess it's time to kill ourselves. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What's the cheapest way to not feel hungry when you have no money? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's going to sleep. Just take your ass to bed. You can't feel hungry when you're asleep. Now, can you? Like using a cheat code. All right, I'm going to sleep for the next 3 days until we get paid again. Wake me up when we can eat. There's one time we scavenged the whole house, checking underneath all the furniture for any loose change. And somehow we managed to scrape together a decent amount of money, and we were able to buy a whole box of Hamburger Helper. Oh yeah, we're gonna eat good tonight. We're at the grocery store, frolicking down the aisle. We're dumping all our change on the counter, like the cashier just hit a jackpot on a slot machine. We get home, and Brewer decides to cook this Hamburger Helper in what looks like the oldest, most decrepit pan I've ever seen in my life. It's got rust marks on it, it's all crusty and shit. This damn thing looked like he salvaged it from the Titanic. He serves it up, and there's like these black speckles mixed in the food. And I'm like, what is this, pepper? Did you put pepper in this? No, it wasn't pepper. Spoiler alert, it was like the metal coating on the pan that scraped off, mixed in with the food. Oh, well, that's gross. What are we supposed to do now? Well, I'll tell you what we did. We ate it anyway. Not much of a choice there now, was it? This tastes like soot and metal. Yeah, it sure does. There'd be people on Fear Factor that wouldn't even eat this shit. And we're over here getting seconds. It's really not that bad if you close your eyes and try to think of something else. And if we weren't worried about food being on the table, we definitely were worried about getting utilities shut off every month. You'd get a disconnection notice in the mail for the gas, for the electric, for goddamn utilities you didn't even know existed. You get a knock on the door. Yeah, hi, Oxygen Company. We're here to shut your shit off. Oxygen? Hell, bring in the vacuum. We had our gas shut off for a whole summer one time. No more warm showers, no more dryer. That gas oven in your kitchen, well, that just turned into extra counter space. That's what that is. We're not paying the gas bill. What are you, crazy? Most people like that oven in your kitchen, you know. Some people even see it as a necessity. But us, no, we didn't need that gas oven. We just got an electric toaster oven and put it right on top of our old oven. There we go, problem solved. Now we can make our Tostinos pizzas again. We had our water shut off for a week one time. Guess what? Now you got no working toilet. Where are you supposed to shit now, smarty pants? If you have ever had the joy of having your water shut off, you know that you have one remaining flush in that tank on your toilet. You better make it count. So let's do some quick poop math. You can probably take like 4 shits in that thing and maybe like, I don't know, 20 pisses before things start breaking the crest of the rim. So everybody in the house rushes to go to the bathroom. the last helicopter out of Vietnam. Everybody get in here! We're making the most out of this. You can still use your toilet if you dump some water bottles in the tank. Manufacture your own flush there. One time I didn't have any water bottles, but I did have an old 2-liter of flat Mountain Dew sitting there in the kitchen, and I got to thinking, that'll work, right? Why wouldn't it? So there I am, dumping Mountain Dew into a toilet tank so I can poop in it. It was probably at this moment in my life where I was like, man, I should really get my life sorted out. This is not how I pictured my life to be. And while we're on this subject of pooping when you're poor, what are you supposed to wipe with when you got 3 nickels in your wallet? Because toilet paper, sure as shit, is a luxury at that point in your life. I've wiped my ass with so many different substances from not having proper toilet paper, I could write a book on it. How to poop when you're poor. What to wipe with, what to flush with. You're talking McDonald's napkins, coffee filters. You start looking at how fluffy the cat is, thinking, you know what, it's a possibility. The cat's hiding under the couch and shit. You know something's up. You're not wiping with me, buddy. No siree. But having the water or the gas shut off, that wasn't that big of a deal to us. We can deal with that. We'll make do. But where I draw the line is the internet. We tried to pay that bill as best we could. But no matter how hard we try, we still got our internet shut off probably about 15 times. You'd be sitting there one day trying to log into your MySpace, and you get one of these bad boys pop up on your browser. Oh, god damn it. We don't have any internet. What is this, Pakistan? How am I supposed to switch around my MySpace top 8? I still have Tom in there, for Christ's sake. Everybody's gonna think I'm some kind of loser. I will gladly shit in some Mountain Dew, but I will be damned if I don't have any internet. Alright, now some of you may know that before I started this business of drawing crappy stick figure cartoons, I used to work at a car dealership. And when I first started working there, I started as a and being a porter sucked ass. You were on the bottom rung of the employment ladder, which meant you had to do all the shitty jobs that nobody else wanted to do. Yeah, I guess the toilets broke down today, so I'm gonna have you manually scoop all the shit out with this tiny shovel and bucket. Oh, and by the way, Bill had a cheesy gordita crunch yesterday, so you might want to wear like a poncho maybe. So needless to say, it didn't take long for me to be like, wow, this job sucks ass. I'm gonna work here a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna find something better. But instead of doing that, I worked there for 7 years. Oh, god damn it. And indeed, it did suck ass. It sucked so much that I got my friend Brewer a job there so he could be just as miserable as I was. Now, our main job as porters was to check in customers when they brought their broke-ass cars to get fixed. But a good portion of our job was just me and Brewer standing around by the tires and our boss would get all pissed like, oh, come on, guys, don't just stand there. Pick up a broom. Okay. Now, most of the customers that came in were not in the best of moods. I mean, they're getting their car fixed. How good of a mood could you be in? Hello, sir. What brings you in today? Well, you guys sold me a Ford Focus that drives like old people fuck. That's what brings me in today. Okay, right this way. But it was always funny watching Brewer talk to customers because Brewer is a pretty eccentric person, and not everybody knows how to handle his ass. He'd walk up to people like, alrighty, dighty, dippity do. What is it that I can do for you? What the hell? Honey, why is this guy talking like he's fucking Willy Wonka? I don't like it. Hell, one time in particular, this lady comes in, and she's like, is Brewer here? He helped me with my car earlier, and he was so nice. I just wanted to give him some cookies that I made. No, he's on his lunch break right now. Okay, I'll just leave these here then. You know, I just think it's so nice that you guys employ people with his special needs. Special needs? Oh my god, this lady thinks Brewer's retarded. Yeah, he's one of a kind. I try to keep an eye on him. He often gets very confused and frightened, but I try to do my best. But I'll be sure to give these cookies to his goofy ass for you. Brewer comes back from lunch and I'm like, hey, what did you say to that lady you helped today? I don't know, why? Well, because she thought you were retarded, Brewer, that's why. And she gave you some cookies. She thought I was what? Oh, to hell with it, I got cookies out of it at least. Now, the other part of our job was to move cars to and from the service aisle. And you'd think that would be an easy job. But nothing's an easy job when it's 7:30 in the morning and you're a half-awake, severely hungover 20-year-old kid. My ass was barely coherent in the morning. Now, one time I got into somebody's car, and instead of pressing down on the brake, I pushed down on the gas pedal instead. All of a sudden, the car starts revving up like crazy, and my dumb ass doesn't even realize it. I'm thinking it's somebody else. Fucking redlining the engine and shit. I'm looking around like, who's the dumb idiot that's about to blow up a car engine? Get off the gas pedal, you stupid asshole! Oh, I'm the dumb idiot. So I get out of the car all embarrassed. Yeah, sorry, I almost blew up your car. I don't know how cars work, apparently. But the worst part about driving other people's cars is that some people are filthy animals. One time this car came in and it was practically filled to the ceiling with old-ass McDonald's bags and half-eaten cheeseburgers. Ah, sick, it smells like Ronald McDonald's asshole in this piece. So I'm driving this garbage car out of the service aisle. The whole time I'm talking shit about the car to myself. God damn it! smells like Rosie O'Donnell's belly button in here. I can't stand it. I parked the car, and all of a sudden I realize there's been a kid sitting in the back seat the entire time. Whoa, there's a small child back there. Small child, what are you doing back there? So now I have to escort this kid back to the service aisle and pray to God that he doesn't tell his parents about all the shit I was talking about their car. So listen here, kid, I'm gonna give you this $1 bill, and all that Rosie O'Donnell belly button talk's gonna stay between us, okay? But being a porter wasn't all bad. Sometimes we got to drive really nice cars, like this guy that would bring in his sweet-ass Shelby GT. The only problem was, I had no idea how to drive a stick shift. So there I am, installing this dude's Mustang out every 3 fucking feet, the owner standing outside watching me the entire time. Holy hell, just get out of the car, I'll take it from here. You probably just fucked my clutch up 8 different ways. Don't you know how cars work? But if you thought that was bad, it was nothing compared to what I did to these old people's van. You see, these old people came in to pick up their big-ass van that we just fixed, so I pulled it up for them. And since these people were somewhere between 80 and 1,000 years old, I decided to back it into the service aisle for them. Well, as I'm backing up, the overhead door starts to come down, and guess what happened? That's right, I slammed their fucking van through the overhead door like I was in a goddamn Jason Statham movie. Holy hell, Barbara, I'm having heart palpitations. Brewer's standing there watching the whole thing. Yeah, who's the retard now, huh? I get out and I have no idea what to say. Sorry, I don't know how cars work. I didn't really mean to ram your minivan through the overhead door like a psychopath. So needless to say, we had to fix their car again. And needless to say, nobody wanted to pick their cars up anymore. Yeah, we really can't have you flinging vans through overhead doors all willy-nilly. But I have good news. Somebody took a shit in one of the urinals, so you can help out with that. Alright, when I was a kid, I had a pet butterfly. And I know that's fucking weird, a butterfly, like most people have dogs and cats, or even a fucking ferret or something like that. That's not nearly as weird as a butterfly. But I was a weird kid, alright? I listened to a lot of Smash Mouth at the time, and I was wearing a lot of fucking Hawaiian t-shirts like somebody's dad. But in school, they gave us these caterpillars to take care of, which is stupid. You know, you got a bunch of 9-year-olds that can barely wipe their ass the right way. They're gonna really take care of something, aren't they? Yeah, it's a living thing. Here, go ahead, go crazy. But I was stoked. I was probably more stoked than my dad would have wanted me to be. I didn't give a shit. This fucking bug's gonna be living in our house, Dad, alright? He's got his own cardboard box, a little window, some twigs and shit. It's not like he's fucking drinking your beer out of the fridge, Dad. Relax. I took care of that fucking thing, okay? Not like my Tamagotchi, alright? It wasn't face down in the dirt, dead, surrounded by its own shit. I took care of it way better than that fucking thing. And a couple weeks later, believe it or not, it fucking metamorphized into a little chrysalis. I'm all pumped, showing my family and shit. Oh, look, the little guy's in a cocoon. It's a fucking chrysalis, Uncle Rick, not a goddamn cocoon. It's not a moth, you dense bastard. Jesus Christ, why don't you go get another fucking DUI, Uncle Rick? Why don't you do that with your not-knowing butterfly ass? And then finally, one morning, I woke up and I peered into that box, and there it was, in all its glory. Fucking Murphy the Monarch butterfly. And to this day, I don't think I've ever been so excited in my life. I'm like belting out Disney show tunes and shit. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering splendor. Going to school the next day telling my friends, hey, it turned into a butterfly. Did yours turn into a butterfly? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the fucking caterpillar? Oh, my mom threw that in the garbage like 2 weeks ago. What the fuck? You have yours still? Fuck yeah, I have mine. Are you kidding me? I'm hanging out with a butterfly all day. I look like I'm on the fucking cover of a Lisa Frank folder, for Christ's sake. And I love that stupid-ass butterfly. We'd be like drinking Capri Suns and playing Mario Kart in my room. I'd let it fly around the bathroom and shit. I'd get it to come back to me by dipping a cotton ball in sugar water. It'd come right back to me. It was like the butterfly whisperer. It'd be like,
ooh, I love this shit. Sugar water, my dude.
It's like the fucking alien in Men in Black. Sugar with water. My dad would be like having beers with his friends. Oh, hey Ken, what's your kid doing over there? Well, he's fucking playing with his butterfly, alright? He's got a pet butterfly. Who the fuck cares, Mike, alright? At least his teeth aren't all fucked up like your kid. Looking like he's been chewing on bricks his whole goddamn life. But then one day, things went a little awry. And this is the part of the story where things get a little sad, so get your Kleenex boxes out. I stayed the night at my buddy's house, and it was probably a standard 9-year-old night, you know, filled with fucking trading Pokemon cards and talking about Pokemon cards and Pokemon cards and more fucking Pokemon cards. And I returned home, and I went upstairs to my room, and I noticed Murphy's little fucking butterfly condo's all smashed up and on my floor. And then I noticed on my floor, that there's little bits of Murphy the Monarch butterflies scattered throughout my fucking room. Like somebody had a surprise birthday party in my room the night before, and they used 100% butterfly confetti. And I'm totally devastated. I have no idea what the hell happened. I'm like, holy shit, my butterfly would rather blow itself up than be my pet? And then I look over to the corner of the room, and my fucking cat's hanging out there, and he's got this look on his face. He's like smoking a cigarette, looking at me like, yeah, bitch, I fucking ripped that thing apart. I need that shit in my life. What the fuck you gonna do about it? I just had a flash of rage. You can just picture him and my dad having a celebratory drink. Yeah, looks like he's gonna have to start playing with normal shit now, isn't it? So I did what any 9-year-old would do to punish a cat. I stabbed his fucking head with a pitchfork. No, I didn't do that. But I did put his ass under a laundry basket. Put him in laundry jail like everybody did, right? Everybody put their cat under a laundry basket. You're not going anywhere, asshole. You murdered my fucking best friend. You sit there and you think about it. You think about it until my mom has to use this later to wash my Stone Cold Steve Austin t-shirts. So here's to Murphy, that stupid ass butterfly, who was my best friend for a solid couple of weeks. I'm sorry I was such a shitty owner, and I'm sorry I had to leave you and you turned into confetti. But I had to fucking go trade Pokemon cards, alright? I had to get that holographic Alakazam, and I don't regret it, because I still have that fucking holographic Alakazam, right? You were gonna fucking die anyways. I know I was gonna wake up one morning and you'd be all stiff and white, like a fucking dying E.T. on the bathroom floor. And then what would I do? You'd be gone anyway, so it was a happy ending, really, if you think about it. Alright, I was a big fan of airsoft guns when I was a kid. If you don't know what an airsoft gun is, well, it's a plastic gun that kind of bridges the gap between a Nerf gun and a semi-automatic rifle. They shoot little plastic BBs, and after about a week, your whole house is littered with them. Your dad's dumping them out of the toaster, your sister's digging them out of her ass crack. You just go around shooting a bunch of holes in all the lampshades. And I was the first kid on my block to get an airsoft gun. Brought it out to show off to everybody. They're all mesmerized. I could conquer the whole goddamn world with this thing. My buddy Dave literally took it out of my hand. He's like, oh, sweet, this is sweet. David, what the fuck? It's my turn to shoot Michael in the face. It's a bit of a trendsetter, I gotta say, because like a week later, every kid on the block had an airsoft gun. They didn't have a normal airsoft gun like I did. They had this fucking battery-powered M16 tactical shit, fully automatic, get shot in the face 30 times in 4 seconds. Hold on a damn minute. Jesus, I'm using this Stone Age piece of crap. My shit looks like a Happy Meal toy compared to yours. Michael's over there. Doesn't even have an airsoft gun. He's like shooting BBs through a fucking straw like it's a blowgun. He's wearing his puffy-ass winter coat in the middle of July, his body armor. There'd always be somebody out of ammo trying to call timeout. Wait a minute, timeout! Make sure ain't no timeout in airsoft. Get home with a bunch of red welts all over your body like somebody gave you a smallpox blanket. I eventually upgraded my arsenal, threw my handgun out, purchased a big old sniper rifle. Thing's bigger than my entire body, big ass scope on top of it like I was gonna assassinate a public official. Sure, it didn't shoot fast like the other ones, but that thing had some power. My friends hiding behind a car and shit, I just shoot through the fucking car. First weekend I got that rifle, shot my cousin in the back. The following weekend we had a closed casket funeral for him. Now, on one particular day, we were playing Capture the Flag. And it's important to note at this time, they didn't put the big-ass orange tips on these guns like they do nowadays. Let you know it's a fake gun. No, they just dab a bit of orange nail polish on the end of that bitch, call it a day. And that kind of makes it a little hard for your neighbors to determine if you're outside playing or if you're committing an act of domestic terrorism. Yeah, hi, 911. There's a child with a deer rifle and he's running amok in the streets. So I'm sitting there at my base, which is David's front yard. I'm peeking through my scope like I'm about to put Lyndon B. Johnson into office. And I'm on the lookout for David. Now, where's David at? Well, David has ADHD. He's not at his base, and he's not at my base. Hell, I don't even know if he even knew he was playing at the time. Probably forgot all about it, chasing a butterfly and shit. Now, David decides to walk to one of the busiest streets in the city and wave around what looks to be an automatic assault rifle in the air. Well, imagine David's surprise when about 4 seconds later, a goddamn paddy wagon pulls up in front of him. A bunch of cops pile out, they got their guns drawn on this completely oblivious, attention deficit child. Now, I wasn't there. I was around the block waiting to shoot David in the teeth with my Kennedy killer. But I bet that turd in his pants was massive. Well, it didn't take him long to figure out that David's gun wasn't real. Luckily, he wasn't massacred on the street right there and then. They load his ass in the back of the wagon, like the wild animal that he is, and they pull up to the front of his house. Now, I was there for this part, and I can say for sure that the turd in my pants was massive. One cop gets out and he's like, "Put that goddamn rifle down!" So I threw it like the gun was on fire. Dave comes out of the back of the truck looking like a shitty Dennis the Menace cartoon. "The hell do you think you kids are doing?" "We're just playing."
Why's that kid wearing that puffy-ass coat? It's 94 degrees outside.
Dave's mom comes running out like they're filming an episode of Law & Order in her front yard. Instead of getting a chance to meet Ice-T, she's got to deal with this bullshit. Now, the cops were really cool with this shitty situation. They gave David's mom her arsenal of plastic weapons, and they're all like, "Well, we could have murdered your kid and got away with it, but, well, we didn't, so you're welcome. Why don't you give him a wiffle ball bat or some shit to play with instead? Jesus Christ." So the moral of the story is, don't be a fucking idiot waving a weapon around in the street. Alright, for those of you that don't know, I used to work at a car dealership in the service department. When people would come and get their car fixed, it was my job to bring them back home in a shitty soccer mom minivan. For the most part, it was a decent job. I mean, if you don't mind having the same 3 conversations 50 fucking times a day. Boy, the weather sure is nice outside. Look at these goddamn gas prices. They're way too damn high. So do you just drive people around all day? It gets a little old pretty damn quick. After a while, when people would get in, I'd just be like, "Before you say anything, yes, the weather's nice outside. Yes, the gas prices are bullshit. And yes, all I do is drive people around all day because I make shitty life decisions." Half the time, people didn't want to talk to me anyway. They were too pissed off about their car being a broken pile of shit. I try to strike up a conversation. So what brings you in today? Well, my car caught on fire because it's a pile of shit and it killed my goddamn Cocker Spaniel. That's what brings me in today. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll go fuck myself then. Fantastic. Pissed off people I could handle. It was the crazy people that would come in on a regular basis. Those were the ones you had to look out for. People like Mr. Mortega, who was a lunatic in every sense of the word. He'd roll into the shop with his Ford Explorer covered in Donald Trump bumper stickers. They weren't even clever stickers either. They would just say like, "Hillary's a bitch." And you'd be like, "Okay, that's the best you could do?" Not very clever there, Mr. Mortega. Not very clever. Now, this guy was a psychopath, and it was pretty easy to see because he would wear a button on his shirt with an aborted fetus on it. Quite the conversation piece, I must say. He'd walk up to me, "Yeah, I'm here to get my brakes fixed." I'm staring down at his feet, trying not to make eye contact with the goddamn dead fetus on his chest. But then I realized this guy's wearing Crocs. Now I'm even more upset. Now I don't know where to fucking avert my eyes to. So I'd have to drive this guy back to his house, and it was at this point that he was trying to say something racist to me. I don't know what it is. He would just look at me and think, "Oh yeah, this guy must be racist." I'm sure I could share my beliefs with him, and I could always tell when he was about to say some racist shit. He'd say something like, "Yeah, this neighborhood's not what it used to be, that's for sure." Oh boy, here we go. It's all these fucking Mexicans moving in. I tell you what. Whoa! They need to build that wall for Christ's sake. Hell, they should build 2 of them while they're at it. Fuck those Canadians. So needless to say, he was a real treat to deal with. But he wasn't the only one, because there was a guy named Tom Plunkett, who just so happened to look like a mall Santa Claus that maybe did a couple tours of Vietnam. And Tom Plunkett drove a big-ass cargo van, which isn't very strange, but all the goddamn stuffed animals he kept inside of it, well, that was a bit perplexing. I don't know why a 60-year-old man would have a bunch of stuffed animals in there, but you know what? Just like Mr. Mortega's baby button, I just tried to pretend that they weren't even there. But boy, would he get pissed if one of those stuffed animals were out of place. Who the hell moved my Magilla gorilla stuffed animal? It's clearly 4 inches to the left. What the hell happened? Now, I'd always have to take Tom Plunkett to his mother's house, which was about a 20-minute trip. I mean, it took 5 minutes to get there, but for 15 minutes we'd sit in front of her house while he gave me a play-by-play of the Yahtzee game that him and his mom played the night before. So then I went for my large straight, but I couldn't get that, so I had to use my chance. That's great, Tom, that's great. And my mom, she got her 35-point bonus, so that put me in a pickle. Yeah, Tom, I'm sure it did. So then I roll 4 6s, and I'm tempted to use my 4 of a kind. I'm sure you were, Tom. I'm sure. And then my mom rolls again, and wouldn't you know it, she got another Yahtzee. What a bitch. But Tom Plunkett was nothing compared to a customer named Fred Arnold. And let me tell you, I listened to hours and hours of Tom's incoherent Yahtzee babble instead of dealing with Fred Arnold. You see, Fred Arnold would bring his truck in to get fixed. And the only problem with that is Fred Arnold lives in his truck. And when I say lives in his truck, I mean he eats there, he sleeps there, and most importantly, he shits there when he has to. In a bucket. In this bucket right here. That's right, I managed to take a picture of one of the many, many times he came to visit. Doesn't it look like Disneyland? Put that shit on a postcard. Wish you were here. So on top of the truck being filled with garbage, sometimes there'd be a big old bucket of Fred Arnold's shit riding shotgun. Oh, cool, human shit. Boy, I'm sure earning every cent of this $8 an hour. Now, Fred Arnold didn't have a house for me to take him to, to since, well, we're fixing his house, but he always had me take him to the bank. You see, Fred Arnold was independently wealthy. He had a bunch of money. He chose to live in his truck just because, well, he wanted to live in a fucking truck, I guess. Now, Fred Arnold never said a word to me when we'd go to the bank, which was fine with me. I mean, what kind of small talk are we gonna have? So, Fred, you shit in your own truck, huh? That's pretty neat. I mean, I shit in a toilet, but different strokes for different folks. But out of the dozen or so times that I've given this man a ride, there was one occasion that he actually said something to me, and it caught me off guard. He leans over and clears his throat. Oh my God, he's gonna say something. What's it gonna be? Is he gonna tell me how he has so much money? Or why he sleeps in his truck? Or why he shits in buckets? What is it, Fred?
These gas prices are ridiculous.
Oh, God damn it, Fred. Alright, now a lot of you guys know that I live next door to a kid named Michael. And a lot of you guys know that I really didn't like going over his house that much. And that was for a couple of reasons. For one, his stepdad was a dick, and he would never let us eat or drink anything in the house.
What do you think, I'm feeding the whole neighborhood? I don't work 23 hours a week at a goddamn Home Depot so you can sit around and drink all our Mountain Cooler Capri Suns.
And for two, they had this big-ass Rottweiler named Nathan. Now, who the hell names a Rottweiler Nathan to begin with? That's a people's name. You could confuse the shit out of somebody if you're not careful. They'd be ordering a pizza on the phone and shit.
Yeah, I need a large stuffed crust with pepperoni on it. Oh, God damn it, Nathan, stop licking your asshole. It's a bad Nathan. You lick your asshole.
Oh, sick. Dude, I think this guy's son's licking his own asshole. Really? Wow, what a dirty little bastard. Now, this dog was big as hell. He was massive. If he was on a Pokemon card, you bet your ass he'd have 120 HP at least. He'd be strolling around the house looking for something to bench press, looking like a goddamn bodybuilder.
Hey, you guys want to rub baby oil on me and watch me fly over here?
He was a big dog, but he was a nice dog, and he was super friendly to everybody. Everybody except his dad. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I came to Michael's house, they would be like,
Brewster-looking bastard.
Michael, I don't think your dog likes me too much. What makes you say that? I don't know. I guess. Needless to say, Nathan wasn't my biggest fan. And frankly, I wasn't the biggest fan of Nathan either. I mean, the dog's got eyebrows, for Christ's sake. How you gonna trust a dog that has eyebrows? So I did my best to keep my dog at Michael's house, as well as Nathan the Rottweiler.
Motherfucker.
One particular day, I had to go over to Michael's house. And that was
Just 8 dogs out of nowhere.
Rush Hour on VH1.
Ugh.
Late 90s, like I was, their ass loved Rush Hour on VH1.
How's it
We're
going?
sitting on the living room floor. We're all excited and shit. Even the dog's over there pumped up like,
Oh, yeah, rush hour. That's what I'm talking about.
so we start watching this movie, and we got this big-ass bowl of popcorn in front of us.
Oh, is that my Orville Redenbacher that you're eating? God damn it, there you go, feeding the whole goddamn neighborhood again.
And everything's going great until Michael spills some popcorn on the floor. That's when Nathan comes over, and he's like,
Ooh, is that floor popcorn? Floor popcorn's my favorite.
and he starts eating the popcorn off the floor. So Michael tries to stop the dog from eating the popcorn by slapping him on the ass. Stop eating that popcorn, Nathan! And right when that happened, Nathan looked up at me like I was the one that slapped him in the ass.
Did this punky Brewster bastard just slap me in my ass in my own house?
This dog comes flying at me like a goddamn ninja turtle. I turn around and try to run, but the dog chomps down on my left ass cheek. I start screaming and shit. Bad Nathan! Bad Nathan! Nathan, don't you bite me in my ass! Take your teeth out of my ass cheek! Wow, he really is a dirty little bastard, isn't he? So I'm scuttling over to the front door. Nathan's still teeth deep in my left ass cheek. Meanwhile, Michael and his stepdad are still watching Rush Hour without a goddamn care in the world. Hey, do you think you could beat up Jackie Chan?
Hell yeah, I can beat up Jackie Chan. I work at Home Depot, I can do anything.
I'm trying to open the door over here, and that's when Nathan decides to bite me in the back of the head. So at this point, I'm like, oh, okay, this is it. This is how I'm gonna die, via a fucking Rottweiler. How fantastic. Somehow I get free, and I run out of Michael's house like the goddamn building's on fire. The back of my head's bleeding, as well as my ass cheek. I walk into my house looking like I just stormed the beaches of Normandy and shit. What the hell happened to you? Somebody kick your ass? It kinda looks that way, doesn't it? I got mauled in the back of my head, and then Nathan bit me in the ass cheek. Nathan bit you in the ass cheek? What kind of fucking friends are you hanging out with? Like 2 hours go by, and Michael comes over to my house. What the hell happened? Well, your dog attacked me because he thought I was trying to sexually assault him. That's what the hell happened, Michael. You didn't even get to see the end of Rush Hour. Yes, I know that. I know that's the worst goddamn part. I'm never coming over your house again. Not as long as you got that goddamn dinosaur dog. And that's the story of how I became a cat person. Now you think that today I would be super paranoid of Rottweiler, since you know one of them did try to kill me in my friend's living room. And you would be correct in that assumption. But the thing is my wife is a big dog person. And she pretty much told me, oh, to hell with you. We're gonna get a dog. It's gonna be a big-ass Rottweiler. So there he is. Look at him, looking all ferocious, ready to rip my face off. Look at those eyebrows. You can't trust those eyebrows. Now, of course, we had to name this dog for the dog.
the one name that would be appropriate. And that name, of course, is not fucking Nathan. Are you serious? You really think I'd name a dog that? No, the name is totally something more appropriate. Because who the fuck would name a dog Nathan?
Alright, I've had my fair share of psychopaths, but I think my 6th grade math teacher takes the cake. He had a little bit of an anger problem, and on the surface you wouldn't see it. If you seen him in public, you'd be like, oh, look at that guy. He's got spring rolls and Miller Lite probably. Alright. But if you were a stupid kid in his math class, well, you got to see it firsthand. He hates stupid children, which is unfortunate because he teaches 6th grade math. He's surrounded by stupid children. All it took is one stupid question, and he'd flip his shit.
Mr. Robertson, does the percent sign go before or after?
Anybody else got any stupid fucking questions? Huh? Anybody? I got 29 more bullets here. He's the first teacher I ever heard swear in class, which can be a little jarring in a school setting.
It's the order of operations, Daniel. You can suck my ass if you think subtraction comes before parentheses.
What kind of simple bitch are you? Jesus Christ. Whoa, wait a minute. Something's not right here. You're a teacher. You're supposed to say happy words. You just had a lot of pent-up frustration. If you could just lay into the occasional kid, just maybe like an uppercut, knock one out every once in a while. But no, this isn't the 1930s. Push a bookshelf on him or something. He'd always intentionally try to find the most nervous kid, too. Make them answer problems on the board, just so he can make you look like a babbling idiot in front of the whole class. Hey, Billy, why are you sweating so much? You're freaking everybody out. Why don't you tell us what you have for problem 3?
12?
You high school nurse? If I have Billy pee in a cup, can you give him a drug test? Because he's obviously smoking crack if he thinks the answer's 12. Pretty sure he'd just go home at night, crack open 15 beers, until he couldn't feel anymore.
Honey, dinner's done. I made your favorite. Cigarettes and Xanax. How was work today?
Fucking kids can't learn how to add fractions, Sharon. God damn it! And sometimes he wouldn't just spaz out on one kid. Sometimes he'd spaz out in the entire class. Like if we were sitting there and he was trying to teach us new concept, and we were just not getting it, and he's just looking at our blank faces, knowing that not a single goddamn word he's saying sinking in.
What the hell's he talking about? Where's the wrong division?
So one of his favorite things to do was make us copy things out of the math book that we had. All right, little assholes, since you can't comprehend anything except your goddamn Pokemon cards, why don't you get your math books out and copy pages 4 to 96? So we'd have to sit there and like sketch the actual page in the math book. Like the diagrams, the page numbers, the fucking copyright information in the front of the book. But I've never seen him as mad as the day he flipped out on my friend Corey. We're sitting there one day, learning how to add fractions or some shit, and Corey's over there fucking off all day in class like he always does, which makes him a prime candidate to be made an example of by Mr. Roberson. Hey Corey, take your dick out of your hand and tell me what answer you have for the problem on the board.
Oh man,
Just add the numerators together, Corey. It's not that hard.
numerators?
Which number's the numerator, Corey?
The bottom one?
Motherfucker!
Oh god, he's gonna kill me!
It's simple goddamn addition, Corey. There are first graders who can't even wipe their ass proper. I could do this right now.
I don't know the answer.
Can you wipe your ass properly, Corey?
Not really, no.
Corey, get your shit and go up to your first grade teacher and see if she'll let you sit in there and learn.
Are you serious? Get the fuck out of my classroom!
Now, if we all weren't scared shitless, we would have been losing it right now. Because the look on Corey's face was priceless. So sure as shit, Corey marched up to his first grade teacher's class to sit with a bunch of 6-year-olds to learn basic addition and how to wipe your ass properly.
Mr. Roberson sent me up here to learn. Oh, and to ask you why you can't do your fucking job right.
Now, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit on how psychopathic he was. He didn't shoot anybody with an M16. But if I am, I'm telling you right now, it's not by much. He was a psychopath, and his teaching methods were a little unorthodox, borderline abusive, you know, whatever. But I tell you what, I learned some goddamn mathematics, that's for goddamn sure.
All right. Now, you guys probably didn't know this, but my wife and I are volunteer firefighters. And you probably didn't know that because, well, we didn't even know it ourselves. That is until we found out a few weeks ago when we had our idiot neighbor light his backyard on fire. Now, how did this whole thing happen? Well, the night started off normal enough. My wife and I are eating a late dinner. And not that it matters, but it was a particularly good barbecue dinner. Very yummy, very scrumptious. All of a sudden, we hear the boys storming down the stairs like wild animals. They burst into the kitchen like, holy smokes! Holy smokes! Do you guys really have to pound down the stairs like there's a fire fire or something? But there is a fire. Look out the window. I don't care if there's a fire. You don't pound down the stairs. Wait a minute. What did you say? There's a fire. There really is a fire? We look out the window, and sure as shit, we see what looks to be like the fucking apocalypse happening in our neighbor's backyard. Holy hot dogs on a stick. There's a whole fire out there. Oh, God, are we being attacked? Is it the North Koreans? All right, open the door, and most importantly, don't let the dog get on the table and eat our barbecue. We'll be right back. So we sprint out there in a panic, and we quickly find out that, yes, indeed, our neighbor's backyard is ablaze. So we start yelling out to see if anybody's out there. Hello? Anybody home? You, have a situation at hand? Hey, you stupid fucks, your backyard's on fire! But we get no response back, of course, so now apparently this whole ordeal is our responsibility. Now, I don't know anything about this neighbor of ours, except that he lives behind us, and he likes to get drunk and have campfires late at night, while he listens to shitty music at a semi-reasonable volume. So we can only assume that he's passed out on the couch right now, totally oblivious to what's going on in his backyard, or, you know, he might be the fucking thing that's on fire in the backyard. Who's to say? I'm running the fire extinguisher while my wife calls the fire department. Hello, 911? The world is burning! I'm in the house trying to remember where the hell we keep the fire extinguisher, which, side note, I have to say, in the closet, behind the dog food, and underneath a bunch of bullshit, is a terrible place to keep it. But I grab it and sprint across the backyard like the fucking backyard's on fire. The whole time that shitty Chad Kroger song from Spider-Man is playing over and over again in my head. And they say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I get to my neighbor's backyard, and up close and personal, I have to say that this fire is a little bit more than I bargained for. I mean, look at this shit. I'm supposed to deal with this? Where's the fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when you need them?
Now that you did the job, I guess you ain't that damn bad after all.
And of course, it doesn't do shit. For the most part, it just gives the fire a little fucking tickle. The whole time
You
the
got
kids are
money
watching
this
us through the
time,
window,
or you
wondering
just
which
here to
foreign
piss
power
me
just
off?
carpet bombed our whole neighborhood. Meanwhile, the fucking dogs annihilating our unattended barbecue. Well, now the fire's starting to spread to our backyard, which is bad news because our pool's right there. And surrounding our pool is our old-ass piece
All
of shit
that
deck
gawking
that's made
at
out of, like,
goods,
fucking
and that's
pirate
all
ship
you
wood, for
buy?
Christ's sake. That thing's gonna get lit up faster than Aunt Carol on Thanksgiving. We better come up with a plan B, and we better do it quick. And that's when I think, oh, yeah, the pool. I can just drain the water out of the pool and point the exhaust hose right at the fire.
Oh,
That's
look
brilliant.
who's tired
There's
of-
only one
well,
problem.
don't just
And that is
stand
that the
there
day
with
prior,
thumb
I
up
fucking
your
drained all
ass.
the water out of the
Go
pool
do
for
the
winter.
goddamn
That's
job.
a nice dry pool. I'm sure this won't come back to bite me in the ass several hours later. Well, shit, all right, on to plan C. We're gonna have to use the garden hose on the side of the house. That's just gonna have to do. Except there's another problem, and that is after I drained the pool yesterday, I fucking stored the hose in the shed for the winter as well. Oh, god damn it, what a perfect asshole I am. So I dig the hose out of the shed and scamper back. Chad Kroger still ringing in my ears and shit. I hold on to the wings of the eagles. This fucking song blows ass. I fling the hose to my wife while I hook it up
What's
to the
up?
spigot. And of course the hose is just not quite long enough to reach the flames. My wife's doing fucking back bends and shit, trying to arc the stream as far as possible. Is it working now? Nope, still not quite far enough. Holy hell, what are you, the fucking exorcist? So, running out of options at this point, I decide to fucking tap dance the fire out as best I can. Finally, the fire department shows up just in time. Whoa, what is he, fucking river dancing? What the hell? And thankfully, they were able to put the fire out pretty quickly with their big-ass super soaker hose. And it's only then that our drunk-ass neighbor finally makes it outside. Hey, what's all this hullabaloo going on out here? You fucking almost burned down the whole neighborhood, you drunk maniac! So, upon further inspection, apparently the neighbor's stack of firewood caught on fire. Now, how that caught on fire, we don't know, because our asshole neighbor denied having anything to do with it. Sir, did you have a campfire tonight? I don't know. I don't think so. Sir, is this here pile of empty beer cans and idling flamethrower? No, absolutely not. So all in all, it was a pretty shitty night to say the least. We found out we were subpar volunteer firefighters. That fucking Chad Kroger song's still ringing in my head to this day. And the worst part of it all, we fucking lost out on our good-ass barbecue. What are you looking at me for? What, I thought you guys were dead in a fire. Was I supposed to just leave it there? Alright, now when I was a kid, board games were a big source of entertainment. And like most households, we had a whole cabinet full of board games when I was growing up. But I think it's safe to say that some board games are better than others. And what I'm gonna do today is go through and grade all the board games I had as a kid, from the really, really great games all the way down to the turds of disappointment. First up, Game of Life. I like this pretty good game, I have to say. The only problem I have about it is that it's not very realistic. Every space on the board was like, climb a mountain and adopt a puppy, collect $40,000. What the hell is that? It's not real life. Where's the game of real life then? You need spaces with real life situations like income tax return, collect nothing because of your back child support, or overdrafted your bank account.
account because you were drunk on Amazon. Don't do shit for the next 7 turns. The game of life is fun, but it's fake as hell, so I'll give it a B-. Next up,
It's going all right.
now Sorry is a fantastic game. Any game where you can screw over your friends automatically makes it a great game. You draw that Sorry card, all of a sudden you turn into a little bastard. Oh, well, fuck you, Michael. I'm the horse you rode in on. Knock his piece out to the kitchen and shit. What's not to like about it? You can be a dick all you want. You don't even have to apologize because the goddamn game does it for you. Sorry gets a B+. Keep it up, you're doing great. Next up, Scattergories, also known as an anxiety attack in a box. Now, the concept of Scattergories is simple enough. You roll a die with a bunch of letters on it, and then boom, pop quiz time. All your answers have to start with the letter R. Then you gotta watch out for the assholes that get a little too liberal with their answers. Okay, foods that start with the letter R. What do you got, Uncle Rick? Really yummy spaghetti? God damn it, Rick, what kind of bullshit answer is that? Jesus Christ, no wonder why your wife is that garbage man in Seattle. Scattergories gets a, well, we'll give it an R for really shitty board game. Next up, Mousetrap. Now, Mousetrap is a pretty fun game, right? So I'm asking the question, was Mousetrap fun? I wouldn't know because I didn't have a fucking bachelor's degree in engineering to set the damn thing up. It took longer to set up the goddamn Rube Goldberg contraption than it did to actually play the game. You had potential, Mousetrap. Maybe if my fucking SAT scores were a little higher, I could enjoy it. You get a D+, let's move on. Next up, Yahtzee. Alright, now I know I'm gonna probably piss some people off here, but Yahtzee blows ass. I don't know whose crackhead uncle came up with the game, but it's loud and it's boring, and half the time you're just staring at your meme for 45 minutes while she contemplates going for a fucking full house. Make a move, Grandma, your time is running short. Just take your chance and let's get it over with. Yahtzee gets an F, I don't care. Next up, Boggle. Oh, cool. Let's do homework. That sounds fun. Fuck Boggle, it gets an F as well. Next one, Clue. Now, I have to admit, I only played Clue like maybe 2 times when I was a kid. And all I really remember is something about a candlestick and green looked like my fucking 6th grade math teacher. Clue gets a D, just like I got in my 6th grade math class. Next up, Trouble. Now, Trouble is a terrible game, plain and simple. It's just a shittier version of Sorry, after all, with an equally shitty bubble popper that barely even works. 4. God damn it, roll something besides the 4. It's still 4. God damn it, I'm getting pissed off just thinking about it. Shitty Sorry gets an F. Let's move on. Uno. Technically a card game, not a board game, but you're not my dad and you can't tell me what to do. Now everybody relax. I think Uno is a fantastic game. Once again, it's a game that you can screw over your friends. What's not to love? I mean, even if you're getting your ass beat and you're struggling to hold your 47 cards over there, it still feels good to slam down that wild draw 4 now, doesn't it? Boom, draw 4. Kiss my ass. Michael, what the hell? You're holding like half the deck in your hand. You don't have a blue card? That's none of your goddamn business. Now pick up 4 cards. God damn it. Well, what color do you want? Oh, I don't know. How about blue? It was blue to begin with. God damn it. Are you serious? The only problem that I do have with Uno is that it sucks ass playing with just 2 people. You can screw around and win the game in just 1 turn. Skip, reverse, skip again, reverse, draw 4, Uno, blue 7. I win. What the hell just happened? We'll go ahead and give Uno a B, and if you're playing with just 2 people, it gets 2 draw 2s, and go fuck yourself. How about that? Next up, Scrabble. Now, I like the game of Scrabble, or let me rephrase that. I used to like the game of Scrabble until I played it with my wife, because my dumb ass would be over there staring at the board for 45 minutes. Here we go. Pop tarts, 12 points. And then 5 seconds later, my wife pumps out some bullshit word like, oh, this one's easy, X-I-B, Zib, the word from Kenya, it means orangutan. Triple letter, triple word, 84 points. So like Uno, we'll give Scrabble a B, and if I'm playing against my wife, it gets 3 draw 2s and go fuck yourself. Now you might be sitting there like, wow, this guy fucking complains a lot. Is he ever gonna grade any board game with an A? Well, you bet your ass I'm gonna. And if it's not obvious already, that game is Monopoly. Now I've already made a whole video about me playing Monopoly as a kid, and now it's involved. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that every game starts out with a warning from my wife. Don't fucking trade with Tyler. Rip you off, the game's gonna end, don't trade with him. Now, do I really rip people off in Monopoly? Well, yeah, you bet your ass I do. That's the whole point of the game. But is it fair that I have to get fucking embargoed the whole game just because of who I am? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter, because in the end, somebody always cracks. I'll toss up a trade with somebody, and I'll pretend that it's an even better deal for them than it is me. Hey, Bobby, I see you got that hunk of shit Kentucky Avenue. See, I was thinking about trading these 2 railroads for it because, well, I'm just making too much fucking money with it. Don't do it, Bobby. It's a trick. It's gonna have all the reds. Bobby, relax. It's me, the devil. You can trust me on it. No, I don't think it's a good idea. And that's the end of it. I back off after that. But what happens is, Bobby's little punk-ass symbol lands on my railroad like 14 times. All of a sudden, things start to change. Ah, shucks. That was $50 to me. Boy, I bet you wish these railroads were yours. Don't do it, Bobby. Stay strong. Oh, I can't do it anymore. You still want to trade for my Kentucky Avenue?
I had to fix a broken toilet. And if you never experienced the joy of fixing a toilet, well, buckle up, I'll tell you all about it. Now, this wasn't my personal toilet. It was my fiance's grandma's toilet. And poor grandma's toilet wasn't working right. Every time you flush it, the shit would come up instead of going down like it's supposed to. Now, what do I know about toilets? Well, I know how to take a shit in one, and that's about it. But I get the clever idea to go and try to fix this toilet. Even though they already tried to fix it themselves, they tried everything. They tried a plunger, a snake, they had a priest come over and bless the goddamn toilet. Let thy turds go downeth the hole. The only thing left was to get a plumber out there and take a look at it. But we can't have grandma shitting in a cardboard box waiting on some professional. I'll just go over there and do the best I can. Now, it's important to note that grandma isn't quite all there mentally. She's a few marshmallows short from a box of Lucky Charms, if you know what I'm saying. She didn't even know her toilet was broken to begin with. Toilet? What toilet? Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I had one of those. So I'm standing in her bathroom. I got my phone out Googling how to take apart a toilet because I'm stupid as hell. Step 1, drain the water from the toilet so you don't get water all over the place, you stupid idiot. Oh, okay, Google. I see what you're driving at. So I take a look in the toilet, and there's about 8 days worth of piss in there. Not to mention one single solitary turd floating around. And it's not just a little itty-bitty hamster turd in there. No, this thing's massive. It's like a goddamn truck driver dropped this thing off after a buffet. Just standing there looking at it in shock. How the hell did grandma deliver this thing without a midwife? Look at this thing. God damn. I get back on my phone, get on Google, how to take apart a toilet when there's already shit in the toilet. It's slowly dawning on me that if I want this turd out of this toilet, I'm gonna have to do it myself. So I put on some rubber gloves, and I get a plastic bag to go over the gloves because at this point, there really can't be enough barriers between my hand and an old woman's turd. So there I am, scooping out this turd out of a toilet. I'm cradling it in my hand like I'm holding a goddamn baby bird. The last thing I want is this thing to break in half, and I gotta do it all over again. Luckily, we took a video of that glorious day, so here you can see the face of a man that's got no dignity left, absolutely none whatsoever. And here I go to scoop out the turd. Yeah, I had to blur out the turd like it's a suspect in an episode of Cops. I mean, it is human shit. A lot of people don't want to see that. If you look closely, the toilet bowl kind of looks like it's filled with Sunny Delight. That's not Sunny Delight. That's just what 8 days of piss looks like. What a time to be alive. So, with turd in hand, I run out front and throw it in the garbage can in the street. The neighbors next door are sitting outside on their porch. Oh my God, did that guy just throw a turd in the garbage can? I don't know what to say to him, so I just wave at him with my shit-smeared glove hand. Wow, this neighborhood's really going to shit. Boy, that's for sure. I go back in the bathroom, and I realize, oh, yeah, I still got all this goddamn Sunny Delight in the toilet bowl to clean out. So I run to the kitchen and grab a soup ladle. And like some kind of shitty lunch lady, I scoop it all out into a bucket. Boy, my Saturday afternoon sure is going swell. I can't imagine it being any better at this point. Just then I look over, and Grandma's in the doorway with no pants on. I gotta use the potty right now! Holy hell! Some pants on, Grandma! The potty's not ready yet! God damn it, what is this, Pakistan? I can't even shit in my own house! So finally, I get everything scooped out, and I take the bolts off the toilet and lift this big porcelain bastard up, and I just throw it in the bathtub. I didn't know what to do with it. I'm frustrated as hell. I've seen way too many half-naked old women today and held way too many goddamn turds in my hand. But now I got this hole in the ground that I have to investigate. What the hell am I gonna use for that? So back to the kitchen I go, this time for a pair of tongs, because I got no plumbing tools, so apparently I gotta fix this toilet with a bunch of fucking kitchen utensils. So with a pair of tongs, like a shitty lunch lady yet again, I reach into the hole and I pull out a shitty woven tapestry of baby wipes. Oh, God damn it, Grandma, have you been wiping your ass with baby wipes? Well, I mean, yeah. What else am I supposed to use? Coffee filters? I look over the sink, and sure as hell, there's a pack of baby wipes on there. They got big-ass warning labels of toilets with fucking Red Crosses through them and shit. Don't flush down the toilet, you'll ruin your Saturday afternoon. Yeah, imagine that. God damn it. So in the end, I saved the day, and I fixed Grandma's toilet. Now, granted, she had a few ground rules now that she had to follow. All right, Grandma, rule number 1, no more goddamn baby wipes in the toilet. I'm not doing this again. And rule number 2, put some goddamn pants on. All right, it's 5th grade. I'm walking home from school with a few buddies of mine. One of those kids was a kid named David. Now, David was a kid that would always dare people to do stupid shit.
I'll give you $10 if you make out with this dog turd for 10 seconds. You're on!
Whoa, 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 wait a minute, Michael. Holy hell. $10? He's 9 years old, for Christ's sake. David's never even seen $10 in his whole life. Be a dumbass. When people didn't do these dares, well, then sometimes he'd just take matters into his own hands. And on this particular walk home from school, that's exactly what he did. He came came up to us, and he whipped out this little bottle of cologne from his pocket. And he's like, "You dare me to spray this in somebody's face?" And we're like, "Wait a minute, what the hell is your 9-year-old ass doing with a bottle of cologne?" I know, I'm sure you got tons of chicks, left and right, doing your sweet bunny hops on your Razor scooter. "You dare me to spray this in somebody's face or what?" Spray it in somebody's face? Why the hell would you? "Okay, I'll do it." And Dave just campers off towards some kid I've never even seen before. Kid just minding his own business, probably wondered what Animaniacs episode's gonna be on when he gets home. And David's just like, "Hey, you jabroni!" "What?" "Oh my God!" The poor kid just got like 47 cents worth of cheap cologne sprayed into his eyeballs. He's down on his knees, screaming in agony, like Willem Dafoe in the end of Platoon. We're just standing there baffled, like, what the hell is he doing? So we run after David to figure out why he assaulted this young man with a Scrappy-Doo book bag. We catch up to him in front of the porn shop. Yeah, we had a
Well,
porn
looky
shop
here,
that was like
boys.
300
We got
yards away
ourselves
from
a
our
real-life
elementary school.
hero.
It was a little
And
weird,
now
a little
he
uncomfortable
wants to
walk
be
past when you're
paid.
going home. Sometimes we'd stand across the street, watch all the perverts go in and out of that
Bye
place.
or bye.
Oh, sick. Lucky's going in. Oh, God damn it.
Well, you better
We catch
get
up
your
to
ass
David
to
and
crack
we're
a
like,
book,
"What
because
the
you're
hell are
dumber
you
than
doing,
dirt.
You fucking terrorist. You guys dared
If
me.
you want a
I
job
dare
from
you
me,
to lie
good
to the
luck.
child, David. What
You
the
better
fuck?
not make
Then
me
all of a
regret
sudden,
this.
There's Scrappy-Doo bookbag himself with his little sister. Eyes are all bloodshot and shit. Oh man, he looks pissed. Why is he looking at me? Whoa, hey buddy, I didn't melt your goddamn eyeballs out of your head. Don't look at me. He's like ripping grass out of the earth with his bare hands. So that he's really mad, I guess. I'm like, oh shit, I've played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out before. He's gonna charge at me like bald bull. Look over at David. He's got this dumbass smile on his face. Just completely all right with the situation that he's created, that he's not even fucking a part of anymore. Look, I know you're upset, okay, but your eyeballs smell fantastic. Too late. Fucking kid just starts darting right at me. So I do what comes natural. I get out of the fucking way, and the kid cracks his face on a tree that's right behind us. Blood starts gushing out of his face. He drops to his knees like Willem Dafoe at the end of Platoon.
Holy hell. That kid got beat up by a maple tree.
Turn over to look at David, and where's David? He's sprinting his ass down the road. That's where he's at. So what the hell are we supposed to do with this bleeding child in the middle of the road? Well, I'll tell you what we did. We fucking followed David. Scrappy's sister's yelling shit from behind us.
I'm telling on you. You murdered my brother.
We never seen that poor kid again. That was it. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe the perverts in the porn shop, they probably got him.
Oh, there's a live one. Get him.
So here's to you, Scrappy-Doo bookbag. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I mean, if you can even fucking see anymore, that is. I'm sorry that David was such a dick, and your face was mutilated in 2 different ways. And I'm sorry that me and that maple tree made the best tag team duo since the Hardy Boys.
All right. Now I think it's safe to say that every decade has had their share of iconic toys. Like if you were a kid in the 1970s, you had like the Pet Rock and the old speak and spell that talks like the devil.
Hello, I am the devil. Spell the words murder.
Wait a minute, what?
I command you to kill the family dog.
And if you were a kid in the 1930s, all you had was like a hoop on a stick. Is this fun? I can't tell. I don't know. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Anything's fun at this point. But fortunately for me, I grew up in the 1990s, which I have to admit had some pretty cool toys. So for all you youngins out there that grew up playing Flappy Frog or whatever the fuck it was that you did on your iPad, I'm gonna go through 3 iconic toys from the 90s, and I'm gonna give them a letter grade that corresponds to how cool I thought they were. First up, Tamagotchis. Now, Tamagotchis took my secondary classroom by storm back in the day. And for those of you that are unaware, Tamagotchis were little digital pets that you'd take care of, and you'd feed, and if you were the weird kid in class, you'd probably fucking talk to them. The whole world, Tamagotchi. I don't care if my kid was just a stupid keychain. And they were a huge hit back then. Every kid had one. And why wouldn't you? I mean, who wants to clean shit from a big-ass dog when you could clean up fake shit from a fake-ass dog? It makes sense. And it wasn't just dogs that they had to choose from. They had all sorts of animals. They had cats and turtles, goddamn water buffalo, you name it. Now for me personally, I didn't have a Tamagotchi, but I did have a generic off-brand one that I won from a gumball machine. And my little fake animal was a dinosaur, or at least that's what it said it was. But that generic shit just looked like a fucking blob with a face on it. But regardless, I took care of that little blob with a face on it for weeks. And over time, it grew a tail, and then some legs, and a fucking goatee and shit. It was growing up right in front of my stupid little face. That is until one weekend, I rented the game Star Fox 64 from Blockbuster, and well, I played that shit for like 40 hours straight, which meant that my fake-ass dinosaur was left neglected the entire time.
Hey, I took a shit over here. Can you come wipe me now? Anybody? No? Okay then. And it didn't dawn on me until I showed up to school the following Monday and seen all my classmates with their Tamagotchis. Dude, check it out. My water buffalo grew a mustache. What's your dinosaur look like now? My what? Oh, shit. Whoopsie. Sure as hell I got home that day. My fucking Tamagotchi looked like a crime scene in an episode of Law & Order. It's face down, dead as hell, surrounded by piles of its own shit. And that was pretty much the end of it. So I guess we'll give Tamagotchis a B, and we'll give it an A+ for the emotional trauma that it caused an entire generation of children. Next up, the Bop It. Now, the Bop It was a fun game. It was basically an electronic version of Simon Says. The game tells you what to do, and then you do it. Bop it. Okay. And you just keep going until your stupid little fourth grader brain gets overloaded and you screw up. Game over. You lose. Now, the only problem that I had with the Bop It was, well, I don't really know how to say this, but, well, the thing looked like a fucking sex toy. And I can't be going on about that, right? So the first time my next door neighbor Michael got one, I didn't know what the hell it was. I don't get it. Do I play with this thing, or do I just shove it up my asshole? Whoa, what the hell? Where'd you kids get that thing? God damn it. Your mother's press the drawer. Get over here. You're gonna get 10 across the ass. Regardless, I still think the Bop It was a cool toy, even if it had some sexual overtones. Hold it. Suck it. Wait, what? Game over. You lose. So I'm gonna go ahead and give the Bop It a toy and B+ for sex toy. All right, moving on. Last but not least, we got the Furby. Now, the Furby was basically a three-dimensional version of the Tamagotchi, just a fucking stuffed animal that you're supposed to take care of. The Furbies had two main differences. One, they were annoying as hell, and two, they didn't fucking die. These things were ugly as hell. I have no idea who the hell came up with the Furby, but I imagine it was some messed out guy in a board meeting like, all right, so what if we took like a Pokemon and then gave it Steve Buscemi's eyeballs and then we make it fart? Would you buy that? Oh, well, hell yeah, I'd buy that. I think I'd buy several. Now, personally, I didn't want anything to do with the Furbies when I was a kid. I mean, for one, I just didn't understand why anybody would want one in the first place. Bullshit to himself. And for two, I thought they were creepy as hell. I mean, when they would talk in their own bullshit Furbish language all the time. Beep, bop, poo, poo. But eventually, they start to learn English, and then they just pepper it in here and there. Cheep, cheep, bee, boo. Fucking chicken poppergosh. What the hell did that thing just say, chicken poppergosh? Oh my god, it's learning. Burn it. We have to burn it and bury the ashes. And the most horrific experience I ever had with a Furby was when I was staying over my friend Tommy's house one night, and all of a sudden, his Furby just starts yelling at us in the middle of the night. Fart!